The Suzuki V-Strom 800DE, everyone. Welcome back to another video on this awesome motorcycle, which has very kindly been loaned out to me by Fraser's Motorcycles. If you live in the Gloucester area or surrounding counties here in the UK, definitely go and check them out. If you're looking to buy any new or used motorcycles, I've got plenty of stock available and plenty of demos available for you to test ride, just like this one right now. So definitely go check them out. If you do, don't forget to say hello from me. I'd really appreciate it. Now, this bike here is running the same engine as the Suzuki GSX-8R, which very kindly Fraser's let me have a go on a few weeks ago. And, well, today we're going to do a bit of a comparison between this and the GSX-8R. Are they the same? Are they different enough? Which one's better? Well, let's jump on and let's find out. If there's one thing, you guys, that these bikes, well, these manufacturers constantly surprise me with, is that even though a motorcycle might have the same frame as another, it might have the same engine as another, it might even have the same dashboard, the same controls as another, they can still be significantly different to ride. The riding experience can be so different. And that is definitely the case here between the V-Strom and the GSX-8R. They're so different to ride. I mean, I don't know how to describe it, you guys, but it's a totally different riding experience to the GSX-8R. Let me give you some examples here. So the GSX-8R, even though it's sitting like a sport tourer, it's a little bit more forward, a little bit more aggressive, ever so slightly, than this. This bike is far more comfortable, and the overall seating position is totally different, really. You're sitting much taller on this bike than you are on the GSX-8R, and it's... oh man. But on the face of it, that doesn't seem like they're too different. You know what I mean? Oh, they ride slightly different riding positions. That's it. It's the 360 has been having some issues today, bless it. But honestly, like, that changes quite a lot more than you might think. So because you're sitting taller on the V-Strom here, you feel like you're getting more of that power. You feel like you're getting more torque. All right, bikes that sit more upright, that sit more relaxed, you definitely feel the power a lot more, the torque, that pull, the seat, like holding onto the handlebars, edge of your seat kind of stuff. You feel that more on a bike that is more comfortable like this. You know, if you're leaning over the handlebars, right, and your weight is on your hands, you're not going to feel it as much, you know? And this is where this bike really shines, because even though it's running the same engine, it's got the same performance as the same power and everything as the GSX-8R, this bike feels like you're able to access more of that power. It feels more powerful. It feels like there's more going on here than on the GSX-8, which is absolutely fascinating. But you know, that's that's what I'm trying to say. It's difficult to describe when these bikes should be more similar than they are, you know. But even like the power curve, the power curve feels better on this bike than it does on the GSX. I mean, looks wise, I don't think there's much competition here. The GSX looks nicer than the V-Strom. I don't think many of you are going to argue with that, but I mean, that's another thing, you guys. So the GSX-8 is lighter, it's going to be more nimble, throwing it into corners is going to be better, and that's where that bike shines for me, is in the twisties. You lean that bike over, and it's one of the most fun riding experiences I think I've ever had, when you're in the twisties and you're able to lean the bike over. To some extent, you're getting a similar experience with this, but obviously because you're standing or sitting quite a lot taller, it's just, you're not able to lean it over as far. You can lean it over a surprising amount, but you are going to be scraping pegs. You're going to be scraping the edge of your boot if you go a bit too hard with it. I've scraped the edge of my boot today already quite a few times. Not a bad thing. That's not what this bike was designed for. This bike wasn't designed to be a race bike, so you shouldn't expect it to be. You know what I mean? But at the same time, in the twisties, this bike is still fun as well. It's a lot of fun, even though the GSX-8R is a better riding experience in the twisties. For overall street riding though, this bike is better for me. I don't know what it is, I don't know why, but this bike has really gotten under my skin. The GSX-8 didn't. It's such a weird thing to say, because they're basically the same bike, right? But they're not. That's what I'm trying to say. They're not the same bike, even though they probably have the same frame, they're running the same engine, same performance and all that, but they are totally different. This one puts a bigger smile on my face than the GSX-8R did. Just so strange to me. But it's like what I was saying earlier, the way how the power is delivered on this bike, it feels better than on the GSX-8. I don't know if the compression ratio is different. I'm guessing the gearing might be slightly different. I don't know. In fact, no, I think it's the same. I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. I can't remember, you guys, but there's just something about this bike. There's just something that makes it special. I don't know what it is. See, that's the funny thing, right? I like riding sport bikes, I like riding super sports, I like riding nakeds. Those are the kinds of bikes that I enjoy the most. But this bike resembles more of a naked riding experience for me than it does an adventure bike riding experience, which I think is why I'm connecting with this bike so much. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, he was in a hurry. Yeah, I think that's why this bike is getting under my skin as much as it is, because it feels like I'm riding a naked, but even taller. You know, I'm sitting even taller, and I'm sitting in an even more comfy riding position. But yeah, you can ride it like a hooligan bike. Whereas the GSX-8R is, for me, it feels more civilized. It doesn't feel quite as hooligan-like, even though in a lot of ways it does ride like a naked. This bike seems to ride a bit more like a naked does. You know? And that's what I mean. I'm not an adventure bike rider. I haven't had that much experience riding adventure bikes, but in what I do have a lot of experience riding, this is very, not familiar, but it pulls at my heartstrings a bit more. You know? If that makes sense? It's weird, but you guys, you test ride one of these yourself and you let me know what you think, because I didn't know this is the bike I was going to be on today. Alright, Fraser's James, he likes to just put me on a random bike, and I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go for it. Let's see how it goes. And in almost every time where I've been put on a surprise bike, it's always left me wanting more. It's always left me with an even bigger smile on my face than I thought it would have. And that's just what makes this bike a special bike, you guys. Despite how similar it is to the GSX-8 in terms of physically, you know, like the engine and all the other stuff that we mentioned today, the dashboard, everything is very, very similar. This bike feels like it's more suited to have this engine in it. A bit like the MT-07 R7 argument. I didn't like the R7. To say I didn't like it is a bit harsh. I did enjoy it. I did enjoy riding the R7. It was a very sporty riding experience, and I thought it was good, but it didn't feel right. There was something about that engine in that bike, in that form factor, that just didn't sit well with me. There was something about it that I just didn't like. Whereas the MT-07, on the other hand, is perfect with that engine. I'm getting the same kind of vibe with this, where the engine in the GSX-8R is more suited in this bike. I think that's just the way I feel, you know. It's just, in my heart, right now, the way how this bike is feeling to me right now, this bike feels more in line with this engine than the GSX-8R does. You know, I'm kind of wondering if it would have been better if Suzuki put the 950 engine that they got in the GSX 950, if they put that in the GSX-8R, so like a GSX 950. I wonder if that would have been better. I don't know. That would have been an interesting combination there. But I suppose with the GSX 1000 coming out again next year, then maybe there's no point having another kind of sport bike or sport touring bike in, you know, that close to that level of bike. I don't know. Could have been interesting, but yeah, you guys, I genuinely think that the V-Strom here is getting my juices flowing a lot more than the GSX-8R did, you guys. Maybe because it's sitting quite a bit taller than the GSX, and because I'm able to feel a bit more of that torque, maybe that's why it just feels better. Maybe it is just as simple as that. This bike feels much better to ride because of its ergonomics in comparison to the GSX. I don't know, man. You guys let me know down in the comment section below, but this is good. It's very, very good. So leaning this bike over, okay, fine. Yeah, you can't lean it anywhere near as much as the GSX-8, but it's still really good. That's the thing. This bike hangs with the nakeds. This bike hangs with those sport bikes. It hangs with the sport tourers. Yeah, I think Suzuki are onto a winner with this bike. They really are. Man, I never wanted an adventure bike, and I ride this. I'm like, oh, maybe I should have one of these. This will be perfect. It'll be a perfect, like, everyday commuter. It'd be perfect in so many ways, and the fact that you're getting that performance behind it as well. It's not a boring adventure bike. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have a go on some other adventure bikes that are out there and really explore what this neck of the woods has to offer, because they constantly surprise me. You guys, as our time comes to an end here on this awesome bike, I honestly think this bike, despite its adventure bike profile, would actually cater to a far wider audience than it looks on the face of it. Alright, I would buy one of these bikes. But there aren't many adventure bikes that I would say that about, at least not right now. But I would buy one of these. And especially, like, if you are one of those riders that really enjoyed super sports, but you're an older rider these days, you can't really ride those bikes anymore. They're too uncomfortable for you. You can't really enjoy them as much as you used to. And believe it or not, something like this might actually be a really good choice. It's very good, you guys. And the sad thing is, I don't think these are that popular. Whereas they really should be. This is a good bike, you guys. It's a very, very good bike. And it's unfortunate that, yeah, they're not selling quite as well as they should. brake feel is great as well. It's one thing that I haven't really spoken about today at all in all the videos that I've shot on this bike. Brake feels very good, the ride is awesome. Yeah, there's so much to love about this bike, you guys, and I'm going to be sad to let it go. But honestly, when I say that this bike is very good, I genuinely mean it. It's a very, very good bike. You know, any of you who live in Gloucestershire or surrounding counties, hit up Fraser's and book a test ride in with this. They've got two of them available. So yeah, have a go. And you guys, let me know. You let me know down in the comment section below after you've had a go on it, and you'll see what I mean. Alright, you have it traction control 1, full power mode, and I mean for the road riding, I mean I've got it on the ABS 2 mode because I haven't been able to figure out today how to turn it off, but just have it in those settings, give the throttle a bit of a wiggle, woof, and then you'll see what I mean fairly quickly. Anyway, you guys, thank you ever so much for joining us on our ride out today. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then go ahead, leave that like, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss any more videos on Suzuki motorcycles, which will be coming very shortly in the near future, you guys, so make sure you don't miss them. But thanks again, you take care, you ride safe, we'll catch you all in the next video. Have a good one.